Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Cosmic Slumber Tarot by Tilly Walden. Website at the bottom is liminal11.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you want to. Supportive Oracle Cards. You Are Clairvoyant Oracle Cards by Linda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Website on the back here is rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A is an apple, U is an umbrella. Okay, what do we have for Cancer? That's a good one. Alright, definitely a change coming in. Which, are you resisting the change? Cancer, just, when I think of Cancer, I don't think of that as a sign that really likes change. Even when they want change, they're either like, well, within certain, like, if I can control the change, maybe. It's kind of like that. I don't know, I just don't think of Cancer as really being very warm and fuzzy about change. Not usually. I could be wrong. And let me know in the comments below, of course. Are you creating the change? Are you creating the change? I don't think so. I think it's coming in. What is Cancer's role in this change, like, for it actually occurring? The devil on its side, and the Seven of Wands. I feel like I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay. You got the Four of Pentacles is resistance. The World card is kind of like it's going to happen. It's kind of like it's happening. I don't see you denying that it's happening. You're trying to keep control of it, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I get it. It's happening. I keep getting that energy. Like, okay, I know it's happening, but like, do we have to do it this way? Like, I keep going like, all right, yeah, it's like we're moving, but do we have to go right now? Like, do we have to go right now? I understand that we're going to move, but do we have to do it right now? It's kind of how I'm feeling about it. It's kind of like, yeah, I know it's happening, but do we have to do it like right now? Like right now? You're trying to work with it. You are really trying to. You got the Nine of Wands, and you got the oneness is like, you realize this is happening. You realize people are moving forward. You're trying to stay with everybody. It's like you're trying to stay with the group. And it's kind of like, yeah, but I don't want anybody left behind, that type of thing. So I'll lag behind to make sure everything was taken care of. Is it kind of that energy? You're struggling with it a little. You got the Chariot, and you got the Two of Swords reversed, or is that the Eight? That's the Eight of Swords reversed. Which could, well, the Eight, the Eight is kind of hard to say reversed, but it does look like it's reversed to me. I'm trying to get out of, like, feeling trapped, but I'm kind of feeling trapped. You're looking out for other people. That's Cancer. Cancer tends to look out for the people they care about. Like, if there's people you care about, you definitely look out for them. Once they're inside your heart. So, like, children, family members, good friends that have been in your life for a while, people like that. You're trying to go with the flow. You're trying to go with the, but it's like, why is this so difficult? Because it feels difficult. Is everybody coming? Is that why? This is like, feels a little difficult. Ten of Swords, halfway in, halfway out. The Death, no, not everybody's coming. There's changes going on here. There's definitely big changes going on here. I would like as many people as I can to stay with the situation. This is like the moving analogy again, but I get like, if it's moving, like, maybe you were really close to your neighbors, and wherever you're moving to, you're going to have new neighbors, and it's kind of like, that dynamic is clearly going to be different. If we're going to make it simple, we're going to try to make it simple. Because I feel like somebody's moving like over 500 miles away. So it's kind of like, it's not just changing like being able to see people, it's like it's a big difference. It's like it's not like I can just drive across town and see these people if I want to. It's kind of like there's big changes coming in here, and I don't know if these connections are going to last. Although with today's social media, it's possible, more possible. It seems easier than it used to be. It seems easier than it used to be. Things are changing here. Connections are changing. Things are going forward. I don't know where things are going to end up. Maybe the people you're dealing with don't really know where things are going to end up. You're trying to pay attention to what you're hearing around you, all the different types of messages you can. You're trying to stick with your intuition. But it's like everywhere. This reminds me of like I've used this analogy recently. So if you know what a radio, I feel like most people know what a radio is, right? We still use radios, right? I know everything's like online now, but we still do use radios, right? This is like having all the stations come in at once at different volumes and like having a hard time. Like there's so much going on around you that it's like paying attention to like what and when, and like the volumes keep changing. It's like having 5 different songs playing with different volumes, and it's different. It just keeps switching. You're trying to do your best with it. It feels very stressed. If this is connecting, I feel like if this reading is linking up with you, I do feel like this is I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to look out for everybody, and I just can't seem to do it. Because it seems like this one needs me most right now, and I start going that way, and then, oh wait, no, that one needs me. Then, oh no, that one needs me, and it's kind of like you're trying to do your best, and it's a lot. I feel like this is one of the times Cancer gets pulled in so many directions that be careful, you could end up getting ill, which could just be a virus or like a head cold or something, but be aware of this. If this is happening, if this is literally like, if you're like, yeah, that's happening in my life, you need time to step away and de-stress, because you are going to wipe yourself out and you're going to end up sick. Something is going to go wrong. So you need a time out. It may seem like that's selfish. It's not selfish. You need to step away. If you have a friend that you're like, I've seen people do this, and you're like, oh, this friend, you contact that friend, you're like, I got to help this friend. And what you're doing to help that friend is you're hanging out all day with them, and you're just watching movies and having bonbons. People don't need to know what you're actually doing. You just need a moment just to de-stress. Even if it's just 3 hours where you can just like, I have to go help this friend. I'll be back at like 8 o'clock tonight. So you get to go and you show up at like just before 5, and you stay there, and you're just relaxing, and you're just, life is good. I'm just taking some downtime to relax. People don't need to know that. Give yourself the ability to step away, because you need a minute to recharge. You are a great person, but you're only one person. Let's remember that. Because I do feel like that's like a big piece here. Like, take a minute to recharge. You really, really need it. Or the universe steps in and says, oh, you don't want to do that on your own? Well, there you go. That's how it goes. That's just how it goes. There's bigger choices coming down the line. A lot of the work you're doing to help other people might end up going nowhere. It's like packing for a vacation where you think it's going to be very rainy and wet, and then it turns out they're going to go somewhere where it's like snowy. Or, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Things are going to change. Things are still developing is what I'm also getting. So be careful not to, again, don't wear yourself out. Don't run yourself to the bone, or whatever you call that. Work yourself to the bone. But also realize all that work you put in might not go anywhere. So we don't want to do that either, because something is still yet to come forward. The Emperor's coming in, and I get like there's like this meeting of people, and people are deciding something different. There's a lot of possibilities here. It's the 10 of Cups where people are getting along, but it's funny. Every time I look at it, I keep thinking of like the 7 of Cups. It is clearly not. Is the 7 of Cups here? It's later. Okay, it's showing up later. It's there. I keep thinking of that. Like, there's going to be more possibilities. I could show it to you, actually. The 7 of Cups in this deck is very blue, which makes me feel communication. I'm getting very throat chakra feeling here from this. More possibilities are coming. People are getting along, but we might be going different directions. Other people need to kind of sort things out. More information coming in. People working well with each other. Later on, people working well with each other. Yeah, later on. I feel like a lot of you are going to be like, well, I don't know if this is me then, because I have some people at each other's throats. Later. Especially if one of the people gets what they want, they seem to be more compatible, more complementary, more... Some people, once they get what they want, they chill out. Let's just put it that way. And that may be somebody you're dealing with. They're kind of freaking out because they're not sure they're going to get what they want, but once what they want is secure, they get a lot easier to deal with. Because I get like there's a lot of changes here. There's people balancing things out. Somebody feeling like they got what they want and they're calming down makes things a lot easier for everybody else. That's yet to show up still. That is yet to show up still. And I get like the need to let go of things. This is what I'm just currently catching into. Somebody is difficult to deal with during this process. They're fine once they get what they want and they're sure that they feel comfortable that they have what they want. I wouldn't hold it against them. I would remember that that's kind of how they run. So you got the hermit here with the emotional release. They're saying don't hold this. Be careful not to hold this as a grudge because it might tick you off the way they did things. It might be very anxiety driven. I'm not a psychiatrist or anything like that, but like I feel like when people are really caught in the grips of their anxiety, they do things that it's really hard for them. It just becomes very difficult. They don't mean to be difficult, but they can be very difficult. So if you realize that something like when they freak out, they're very difficult to deal with until they feel like what they want has been secured and then they calm down and they're easier to deal with, be careful not to hold a grudge about it, but be aware that, okay, there's an anxiety thing here. Something triggered that anxiety. So like try to figure out maybe what it was that triggered it, and then try to keep ahead of it. That way, oh, here we go with this again. That's going to come forward, and when so-and-so sees it, they're going to freak out. So before they see it, let's try to help them before it happens. That type of mentality. That seems to be a big piece of this reading, like realizing why people are triggered. Because I feel like there is something with anxiety, somebody you're dealing with. Things are going better. Things are moving forward. I feel like the two things from this reading is like, yes, you are definitely trying to help a lot of people, but step back, give yourself some time, at least 3 hours. Go visit a friend that's kind of like, okay, you can be you can come here, Cancer, and this could be your safe spot. We'll hang out for a few hours, and you can de-stress, and we could just pull it all together. That, and plus, realize somebody who's difficult now, it might be an anxiety thing. Once they get what they want, they chill out, but it's like realizing it might be anxiety triggered. It might be anxiety triggered, and however you want to handle that. Because things go better later. Once this other person, because I feel like it took me a while to get to it, but that person seems to cause a lot of stress for you. That's another reason why step back, wait for them to chill. Once they've chilled, this isn't as difficult. That person has to chill. It's them, they need to figure out whatever this is that's freaking them out. They need to kind of secure what they want. They might not even be telling you what they want because the moon card's here. So they might not be even telling you what it is that's freaking them out, what it is they need to secure. Once they've secured it, though, they're a lot easier. Keep that in mind. It's figuring out what triggered the anxiety and then just being aware of it and not holding a grudge on it. And I'm saying that as a water sign. I'm a Pisces. You're a Cancer. Probably if you're watching this. Those are water signs. Scorpio's the other one. We tend to easily hold grudges if we're not careful. So just being aware of it, that's all. All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.